Oh my gosh, when I was first introduced to this game at like 11 years old by my cousin, I was instantly addicted. And as soon as I was able to get my hands on a copy of my own, I played it. I know the first Sims game that I played was The Sims Life Stories, and I swear I thought it was the best thing ever. I would literally play it for hours and hours, and I swear to this day I can still play this game for hours and hours. And I sat back for a minute and wondered why that was. What is it about this game that drives people to play it and lose track of so much time? If you have not heard of The Sims, it is basically a series of life simulation video games developed by Maxis and published by Electronic Arts. The franchise has sold nearly 200 million copies worldwide, and it is one of the best-selling video games of all time. The Sims, the game of endless possibilities. When I was younger, it was so crazy to me because I for real thought I was living through my Sims characters. I was having kids, I was cooking, I was getting into fights, I for real thought I was living on the edge. You couldn't tell me nothing. I have a job, and you know I was on that motherlode cheat. I was freaking rich. And then it hit me. I am living through my Sims characters. We are living through our Sims characters. Think about it. The first thing you do when you turn on the game is create a character that looks very similar to us. And if it's not very similar to us, it is somebody that we know. We usually don't start getting creative with the Sims characters until like a few families in, or until later in the game. The Sims is a way of us living out a reality that we always wanted. You can be anything you want to be. You can have anything you want to have. And usually within a few minutes of the game, if not a few seconds sometimes. You can turn on your system of choice and just get lost in a world you can quite literally create. You might be thinking, AK, you crazy. But I have my reasons. After you play the game for so long, you get attached to your Sims, but then they eventually die. But then all of a sudden the Grim Reaper pops up and you're like, yeah, she just died, but I just met the Grim Reaper though. Like, what the heck? On top of that, you have the countless number of expansion packs, like Get to Work, Cats and Dogs, Discover University, and so much more. I saw that the price for all the expansion packs combined is over $900. That's so much money. And that's not even including all the custom content and mods that everybody creates that sometimes you still have to pay money for. A lot of these often though make the Sims characters feel more realistic. And it's funny because they now made the game itself free to play, but if you want all this extra stuff, you're gonna have to give some extra dough. But being able to add all the personal touches to this game really makes it feel like more of your own thing. Doing whatever you want in the game also can come with real life consequences. If you then you're obviously gonna have a baby. If you choose to slap Nancy Landgrab, then your relationship status is obviously going to decline, and the characters will act as such towards each other. As for the dialogue, the Sims speak Simslish, this, which kind of sounds like this.
Damsanu?
Fuma Yibs.
This makes them more versatile to people around the world. It's not just one language. In fact, it's not any language, meaning people from all over the world can play it and make what they want out of the dialogue. It's up to your own imagination. I notice a lot of YouTubers do this where they kind of speak over the Sims characters and kind of make their own narrative in the game. And honestly, yeah, it makes it more interesting to watch. But again, it's giving it that more realistic feel. Now, although there could be a lot of real life elements to this game, as we all know, The Sims can be very unrealistic. One thing you can do in the game is when life gets boring, you can press the fast forward button. Man, I wish I had that in real life. Work would be a breeze. You can have numerous supernatural encounters with ghosts, vampires, werewolves, fairies, witches, and zombies. And then can we take a second to talk about the game glitches? Why do they look like that? These glitches can make people feel either one of two ways. Either they could get really mad at it, or it's just another reason to love the game. The Sims 4 came out in 2014, and it's still going really strong to this day. There's a lot of people that just play this game, nothing else. So many people of all different ages, demographic identities. The Sims reportedly made over $5 billion in 2019, and it's been some years since 2019, so it's probably way more to this day. All in all, the reason why people play this game for such a long period of time is because it gives us a false sense of reality. There's a perfect balance of realism and fantasy in the game. No wonder why people play it for such long periods of time and just get lost in it. We all want to escape the real world and maybe replace it with something that's close to the real thing, but it could be whatever you want and so much more. Do you play the Sims game? If so, what's the craziest thing that you've seen? Send it to me on social media and don't forget to follow, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe. AK out.